We're back. I wanted to show you a few things, but I also wanted to tell you, why I set out to make the strongest comfrey oil in the world in the first place. I was digging into comfrey after I found out the medicinal properties of it, and I had watched a video. Dr. Christopher was saying about how his nephew got in a car accident and he had his arm hanging outside the window, and the car had flipped, and it took all the flesh off of his forearm, took his pinky finger, his ring finger, and his middle finger down past the second knuckle were all gone. And Dr. Christopher treated him with comfrey poultice, and within a year everything had grown back, the knuckles, the fingernails, all the flesh on the arm, everything. So I was like, wow, if comfrey is a plant that can do that, there's got to be something to it. So we set out to get all those qualities and the nutrients and the chemical compounds from the comfrey plant into oil, which is not an easy task. And most people just take leaves and fill a jar up and fill it with oil, put it on the shelf for 6 weeks, and you're done. That's great. It's for cuts and bruises and whatnot, but what I'm creating here, and I know I've promised videos of how to make it, and I've filmed it a couple times now, but every time I start filming it, the Lord shows me a major improvement. So what I was filming is pretty much null and void. All right, so I want to tell you, back, I think it was 2017, 2018, February, January, we had a blood moon. And I had never seen a blood moon, so I went out there to watch it. And as soon as the moon became blood red, okay, and this is a vision that the Lord gave me concerning this oil, all right? The air started swirling. I could actually see the air swirling. It was a really, really weird effect. And between me and the blood moon. And then all of a sudden this ball of light appeared. Okay? And it was swirling just like the wind was. And it was like spiraling down. And then all these little itty bitty particles of light started following this orb of light. And it was all spiraling down towards me. And I was watching this thing, and I've had previous drugs in my life, so I had to look away, make sure I wasn't hallucinating, and I wasn't. And I looked back, and sure enough, here's this orb with these little lights coming down. And I was just transfixed. I couldn't move. I was just, and then this thing, when it got down, it landed about, I'd say about an arm's length, maybe a little bit longer from me. 2.5, 3 feet, and the orb just stopped, and then all the itty bitty light particles fashioned into it, forming a science beaker. And at this point I was like, oh my gosh, what is going on here? And then the science beaker that had formed, and it wasn't like it was extremely bright, but he didn't throw light like a flashlight or a light bulb. It was just like a self-contained light. And it was moving towards me, this beaker, and I was just staring at it, unable to move. And I started to think, is this thing moving towards me? And right then, it started moving a little faster. And then I was thinking, man, this thing's going to hit me. And right when I thought that, it broke up into all these little light particles again and shot into me. And that was it. And that was the vision. So what I want to show you after telling you that is that what I have is that vision manifested in the flesh. When we run our comfrey oil, I do it in 3 different stages, okay? And I'm gonna get you videos, guys, but these major improvements are just, it's outstanding. So this is the first stage of our oil process, okay? And I'm gonna show you Now shuck it up so there's air bubbles in there. But see how the light, it passes only about halfway through. And look how green it is. Okay. Now, the second stage, which is right here. Look at this.
Put the light a little back. Can't really.
There.
Yeah. It doesn't do it justice. Yeah, right there.
Right there. You see how blood red that is? That's Comfrey oil. That's the second stage of my Comfrey oil making process. And look, the light, it's green actually, but it looks red with the light on there. But look at the light won't even hardly penetrate it at all. And this is the third stage of our Comfrey oil making process. And see, it's blood red as well.
It's like beets.
Yeah, but it's
red.
a light, brighter blood red. Now, both stage 2 and 3 are packed out with Allantoin. Both the second and third stage are packed out with Allantoin. And I'll show you, I don't know if y'all have ever seen this, but I pulled Allantoin crystals. Can you see it?
You can see it, but
Let me turn it this way.
no, you can't see him that way. Turn it back on its bottom. Yeah, there, you can see it. Yeah,
Is it crystals?
yeah, see the white, that's crystal.
Right.
Yeah.
Just like the little tiny white particles in the vision. Hello? Okay? So now, let's take a look at, see what this oil looks like when we mix it up. Now, it's purple when it's all thrown into the Vitamix. Right? I'm going to put the headlight on so I can go without hands here. And that's a portion of all three mixed together. And I'll show you what it pours out like. Look how thick that is. It's just like milk. It's just, this is unbelievable what this Comfrey oil consists of. And see guys, it's not just throwing leaves on a shelf and some oil. It's a matter of knowing what the Comfrey plant actually contains, and you need to know how to extract it and get it in your menstruum, your oil here. Okay? Our oil is packed out with Allantoin. That's why there's so much difference. Someone will get our oil, and then they'll get somebody else's oil, and they're always coming back because it works. And that's about all I can tell you. But it's fantastic oil, and I want you to know that we are going to be doing videos for you. We show you how to make this fantastic oil, and I've tried to film it 2 or 3 times now, haven't I?
Yeah, it's just not the Lord's timing.
And so it wasn't the Lord's timing, but hopefully this next run, you'll see it, but with the major improvements that that we've discovered. All right, so that's it for that one. See ya.